Ever since I was a young little fella, I was always fascinated by the city of Hong Kong. Now this year I finally managed to have a visit. So let me show you guys the city of dense buildings, open air markets, and neon lights. Check out this marketplace. All these fruits and vegetables. A lot of them I have never seen in my entire life. Like those brown things. No clue what that's supposed to be. But look. This really is fascinating. People gather here early in the morning to open up their stalls, show up to do their groceries. Supermarkets aren't really that common. Not as much as in the West. Wow, what are these? Hello, what are these? Jackfruit? Dragon fruit?
Yes, jackfruit. Yes.
Jackfruit.
Yes.
See you tomorrow, yeah. Well, I have acquired myself a jackfruit, and he told me I can just eat it raw. I've seen these before, like, but I just couldn't name them. I have no clue what they are, so let's try them. Okay, let's try these jackfruits, dragon fruits, whatever. Wow. Damn. This does not look natural. But I guess they are. They're fruits. Let's try some. Cheers. I know these. They taste like kiwi. This is literally kiwi. But it's fucking magenta. Here in the indoor market, things really look like they probably did back in the 80s and 90s. Not a lot has changed. You still have fruits and everything, but here you also have fresh fish and eels, crabs, lobsters, all the good stuff. And it's all for sale in these markets. Here you go. Wow. Damn, they even got toads. Now, needless to say, it does smell a bit fishy in here. I feel a bit sorry for the fish which are just laying on the ice, because they're still alive. They're trying to keep them alive for as long as possible, so they're very fresh when you kill them eventually and eat them. So I do feel a bit sorry for them. Moyashi. Let's try some Hong Kong breakfast. Hello. Can I have one of those? The Hong Kong breakfast. Now, the breakfast and the milk tea, they remind me more of a British breakfast. And it has a very good reason. Most of you probably already know this, but I'll tell you later, yeah. I'll enjoy my Hong Kong breakfast now. I like it. I love these kinds of local restaurants. They're so lively. The kitchen, they're just chatting and laughing. That's how it's supposed to be. All right. Thank you. It was very tasty. Thank you. Have a good day. See ya. All right, now it is time to do some exploring with my cold-ass milk tea. Speaking of milk tea, now, this may come as a surprise to absolutely nobody, but Hong Kong used to be a British colony for a very long time. Now, if the Brits are known for one thing, other than colonizing half the globe, it is their love of a certain substance. I'm of course talking about tea. Back in the days of the Qing Dynasty, the Brits and the Chinese would trade. The Chinese, who produced tea on massive scales, sold their tea to the Brits in exchange for rare metals. So eventually, when the British people started to run out of their silver coins and just precious metals, they were a bit desperate. They still wanted that tea. So what they did was they deadass smuggled in opium into China in exchange for rare metals, which they then again sold to the Chinese for tea. Now, not to say anything outrageous, but opium is not that good for you. So when China was experiencing a huge problem of people just consuming opium, the Chinese government had to do something about it. So long story short, the Chinese gathered the opium and threw it out in massive quantities, which the British people weren't too fond of. So the board of Britain's most diplomatic individuals assembled and said, well,
right, I'll tell you what, you fat little cunt. You're a fucking ugly little cunt, mate, and if I ever see you, I'm gonna fucking...
Just kidding, they didn't say that. They just proceeded to bomb Hong Kong. So after the 2 wars that followed, the Opium Wars, the 2 parties finally came to an agreement, which is that Hong Kong shall be ceded and leased to the United Kingdom for the duration of 99 years. So yeah, on that faithful day in 1898, you probably are too young to remember, but I remember it clear as day. It was all over the newspapers. Hong Kong became a part of Britain, and it stayed Britain up until the year 1997, when it was finally returned to the People's Republic of China. And then everybody lived happily ever after. Well guys, I'd say it's lunchtime. I'm a bit hungry and this Hinge Key restaurant is just smiling at me. Let's check it out. Wow, what's all of this? Is that medicine? Hello, do you speak English? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just wondering what all of this is. Is it tea or medicine or?
It's Chinese medicine.
It's Chinese medicine.
Yes.
Ah, it doesn't smell like tea though. Do you have like some herbs that you can drink as a
Drink?
tea?
Yes. All these are tea leaves.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
You can, if you want, you can try some.
sure, yeah.
It's like $6 per taro. Maybe do you want to try the oolong tea?
Oh yeah, sure. Oolong tea is always
with
good.
Some roses or just oolong tea?
I think I'll just try the oolong tea. Yeah.
Okay. So it's something like.
It's okay, but thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Have a nice day. These old neon signs are literally just the most beautiful thing on this planet. Look at all the craftsmanship that went into some dude probably just bent the glass tubes into the position to make the characters and everything. Then you put in like neon gas and everything. It really is a form of art. Now there is a turtle on this one. I don't know why there's a turtle on that one. There's also a cup of tea. So yeah, maybe they're selling turtle tea or something. That sounds very, very miscellaneous. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, it actually is the tortoise jelly. What the hell? May I try the tortoise jelly? Yeah? Cold would be great. Yeah, for here. Thank you. This is healthy, right? Yeah? Oh yeah, thank you. Wow, check this out. This is jelly. I don't know what this is, but I'm supposed to put it on apparently. Oh. I think it's like syrup. Let's try it out. Tastes like tea. It is a little bitter at the end. Well, that certainly was interesting. It tasted like when you leave your espresso on the stove too long. But to counter the bitterness, they had a jar of, I don't know, Canadian blood next to it that you can just pour onto the jelly. Reminded me a bit of coffee jelly, an old snack from Japan from the Showa era. Had that a lot when I was young. Anyways, check out Hong Kong. All the neon lights, the tightly packed shops and restaurants. Man Minge Lane. It looks just like in Cowboy Bebop or Ghost in the Shell. It's amazing. Another market. Durian, the smelliest fruit on earth. Haven't tried it. I heard that it stings though. Wow. Check out this restaurant. Fluorescent lights, the old signs and fans. This is wild. And dumplings. The waiter actually brought me a fork and a spoon. Come on, stop insulting me. I am biracial. Look at all these colorful buildings. I could spend hours admiring the beauty of the city. Although Hong Kong is technically part of China again, it did still keep its very distinct culture. For example, you have these small shrines in front of most buildings in Hong Kong. You see, back in the day in China, there were lots of religions and beliefs which were all banned during the Cultural Revolution. People were prosecuted who practiced Buddhism, for example, you know, especially the three teachings of Chinese philosophy, Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. Those were big parts of life in China back in the day. So, while on the mainland you don't have a lot of these remaining, in places like Hong Kong or Taiwan, you still have them. That was a shop just selling lots of shrines, and here as well. Here you also have, a lot of people also have these indoor shrines. You usually see them because they have like red lights that look very cool. I do like these shrines. Here you can get statues and like papers and everything. A lot of it is used to decorate your home during Chinese New Year. So while on the mainland, where it's literally forbidden to practice any religion if you're part of one of the many political parties, here in Hong Kong, people really embrace the traditions of ancient China. A good example for that is feng shui, which you see a lot in Hong Kong. So it's kind of difficult to explain what feng shui is exactly, but to put it into layman's terms, it's basically a Taoist belief from old China, where practitioners align their environment to fit, to be met with good luck. That usually happens in the form of aligning your furniture to fit with good chi, but in Hong Kong, it even goes as far as to influence the entire architecture. Oh, moyashi. Cheers. Oh, I'll sit there, yeah. Yeah. Hello. Can we have one of these? Yeah? Ah, in there. Thank you. Incense sticks in the Man Mo Temple. Let's assimilate with Hong Kongers. not trying to make a fool out of myself, but let's try to pray with the Hong Kongers. So I think would light the incense sticks here. And then stick it into these pots full of ash. And then pray.鹿触ったらどうなる？運がいいね。Touching the reindeer will bring good luck. Fortune. Thank you, reindeer. Another one here. My eyes are burning. I'm used to it because I smoke, but still, this is heavy, heavy smoke. Okay. And cannot step on that. Whoopa! And this is the Manmo Temple from the outside. It's very beautiful. Traditional Chinese kind of architecture. The washed out reds and greens. The greens of the tiles, the roof tiles. Very beautiful. Oh, that's like a Chinese lion. I think they bring good luck. Used in feng shui as well. But yeah, definitely very different from temples in Japan, for example. Oh, they have some jade. Probably not real, but what are those? More Mao Zedong. Wow, you have a lot of Mao Zedong fans here in Hong Kong. And I assume a lot of haters as well. Look at all those bronze sculptures, the Chinese dragons, some more beads, bracelets. Wow. Some cheap sunglasses. Well, you really have everything here. The only thing missing is the imported cigarettes from mainland China. You see, cigarettes are very expensive in Hong Kong. I cannot afford them. But some people, they sell imported ones from mainland China for a fraction of the price. We have made it to the Hong Kong-Shanghai Banking Cooperation. A prime example of feng shui used in architecture, the architecture of Hong Kong. And here we are greeted by the Lucky Lion. It is said to bring luck if you get your hand eaten by the Lucky Lion. So let's get our hand eaten. That's a hand gone. Here you can see the two escalators aligned in a very specific angle, which is said to promote the flow of energy in a good way. So this is feng shui used in a modern context in architecture. Oh, this elevator doesn't work. I don't know how good that is for feng shui. So this is the beautiful HSBC building, built to promote the feng shui flow. Isn't it lovely? And up there, you have some weird cranes that stick out. And that's actually not a coincidence, because they are kind of shaped like cannons, and they are pointing at a very specific building, which doesn't promote the flow of feng shui quite as well. And that building is right over there. This is the Bank of China Tower, built from the mainland Chinese, built by the mainland Chinese. And as you can see, it is very angular and not very good for feng shui. It is said to bring bad luck to the buildings and people around this area. People reporting heart attacks and stuff like that. That's why the HSBC building has cannons pointed at that angular piece of architecture, which does look pretty cool, but is maybe not so cool for the people of Hong Kong. Look at all these buildings. The Bank of China is very exceptional but everything else nice and rounded off until in the reflection you can see the looming presence of the Bank of China building. Oh yeah. What were they smoking when they designed this? Jesus Christ. It is our last day in Hong Kong, and God has blessed us with an open air sauna on the streets. It feels like you faint at any moment if it wasn't for the air conditioning of these various stores. They just crank it all up to like 15 degrees and just blast that shit onto the streets, which makes life a little bit more bearable in Hong Kong. Oh, 面白い。
各位街坊，今日我見即天，希望各位街坊全力支持，全力支
蒙古の方に行こうか。
各位街坊，我哋公司嘅又平又靚嘅中山大魚丸
来てるよ。あった？Wow, look at all of this. What even is this? Fruit?
あれ全部ドライドフィッシュ。
あー、魚？
ここはフィッシュ。向こうがベジタブル、ミート。ここはフィッシュ。
そうなのか。なるほど。
すごいすごい。
絵になる。そう。I don't know why, but this looks so aesthetic.
Asian grapefruits?
Grapefruits なのか。そうなのか。
日本もあるある。
へ
A bit bitter.
I like fruits. We have made it to the so-called monster building of Hong Kong. Look at this beauty. But this is not the greatest part. The true beauty lies in the inside, in the courtyard of the building. Let's check it out. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh. Stare at it forever. Yaba. Kirei. Let's check out the inside of the Monster Biru. The reception area. In case you want to send some letters to one of the residents. And now look at this beauty. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at all these apartments, all the families and people living in there, living their lives, being annoyed by tourists every day, filming their houses in the courtyard. But you can't deny that this is awesome. This looks like straight out of a cyberpunk movie. Clothing hanging from the windows and AC units, kind of decrepit colors. It's a bit dilapidated, dirty unfortunately, which adds to the aesthetic, but of course is a bit unfortunate to the people living there. So, but yeah, this is incredible. Oh wow. Nice. Got some small supermarkets. That one as well. And a mosque or a Quran learning center. Pretty cool. Look at this amazing view from the bridge. You can look straight into the apartments. Wow. This is amazing. Probably don't get views like this anywhere else.